Hello everyone and welcome to 5 Things That We Learned. My name is Howson and this is what we learned watching Manchester United beat Chelsea 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. Number 1, we learned that Bruno is the real deal. Now I don't actually think that we learned that tonight. I thought against Wolves he had a very good performance and I thought his quality was obvious. Now against Chelsea that we also saw that quality was there as well, and what impressed me the most is his one-touch passing. The best passage of play came between a little bit of an exchange between Fred and Bruno, which just one-touch passes absolutely shredded open the Chelsea defence. Nothing came of it, but it was an excellent bit of play, and there was also chances that we saw where just the one little touch early from Bruno was mint. Against Chelsea, he created 3 chances, he had 2 tackles, 1 assist, he hit the woodwork, 92% pass accuracy in the first half, assisted United's first corner assist in over a year. I actually can't remember when the last one was, but in over a year, the first one that we've seen direct from a corner, and Harry Maguire, fair play to him, hit it absolutely sweet. Bruno going out there and showing that we know that adding better players into this team can have an immediate impact. I think if we don't have someone with Bruno's ability, if we had, I don't know what we'd have done, if we'd have had Mata and tried to play like 3 forwards there and gone 3-4-3 maybe, I just don't think it goes down the same. The fact that he was making tackles as well as creating chances, that's exactly what we want to see from him. And that's why I think that he's not number 10. That's why I think he is a number 8. And that's why I think you will get the best out of him when we've got the midfield that we can play. Maybe not a 4-3-3 every week if Ollie's not happy with the forward 3, but I do think you can play them as a midfield 3, and I do think you'll get the best out of us as a team once we've got all of those positions nailed. And I still think we're short of a right winger, and obviously you need Marcus back on the left, but the building blocks are starting to come together in some areas. Needs a lot more work, but that was really pleasing, I thought, from Bruno. Number 2, Lampard is Ollie's bitch, essentially. For all the plaudits and praise that Frank Lampard is getting, not one fucking journalist is coming out there and saying that this guy ain't got it in the big games, he ain't got it in the medium games. What is he actually doing? He's been carried by some of the experienced players that is in his team that someone like Manchester United just do not have at our disposal. We're seeing 3 out of 3 victories for Ollie this season, a win and a draw last season when we faced Chelsea under Solskjaer as well. This season we're looking at 8-1 on aggregate. So even if the 4-0 at home was a little bit fluky and didn't quite reflect the game, which he actually said again tonight, bit of a strange one. What we saw there was a clean sheet with only 39% possession. It was a bit closer at half-time. I think we did settle into a bit more of a defensive rhythm in the second half, but we played the counter-attack very effectively and we took our chances. Chelsea only managed 1 shot on target, which, I love this stat, Igalo managed, and he came on as a 91st minute sub. Number 3, leader, Maguire. Now, his interview at the end was a little bit of trying to distance himself from what I thought was a little bit of an iffy sort of kick out as he went down. And I thought he probably could have... I thought he could have been at least cautioned and maybe even given a red card for that. Not that I think that was anything malicious in it, just that the way the game is, I wouldn't be shocked for anything like that to happen. 1 goal, 5 interceptions, 2 tackles, 3 out of 4 ground duels won, and 100% dribble success. Harry Maguire really stepped up, and when you consider what he's playing with there tonight, he's not playing with Victor Lindelof, who he is forming a little bit of a partnership with. He had Eric Bailly, who's... well, it's like trying to fucking tame a cat, let's be honest. And then you had Luke Shaw, who I thought he had a fairly solid game, but I think there's still positional errors that he doesn't quite know where to be as a centre-half, and positioning is being a centre-half. So the fact that he had 2 essentially new players either side of him, I thought he coped extremely well to be able to marshal those and the entire rest of United defence and midfield to keep that clean sheet. And even though they were breached, they were judged to have been foul play for when we were breached. So it's a fucking clean sheet at the end of the day. Harry Maguire proving his leadership capabilities and hopefully silencing some of his doubters as well. Number 4, I still think Dan James needs a little bit of a rest, or at least maybe to start off the bench. When I first saw Dan James in a United shirt, I was like, oh, I think there's an impact sub in there. I think 30 minutes, high energy, high octane, coming on against a tired defence, that's where you're going to get the best out of him. And I still feel like that, to be honest. I think that there's upgrades even within the squad. I don't think we quite know what he is. I think in a 4-3-3, as a winger, getting him behind the defence, I think that's excellent. I think he's very good at that. When you play him in a 2-striker system like we played against Chelsea, I'm not quite sure you get the best out of him. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to offer. When you put the ball in behind centre-halves, I just think he's too small to have any sort of physical impact. And I thought, even though Gallo was only on for 4 minutes, I thought the difference in seeing him and what he was able to do as a striker really pleased me. I think having someone like Ighalo alongside Marshall, if you're going to persist with this too, or Ighalo and Greenwood, maybe we'll see that on Thursday. I think you'll see a lot more from it. Dan James, a bit anonymous tonight. 0 shots on target, 1 out of 4 ground duels won, 1 out of 4 aerial duels run, only 50% dribble success and 1 foul. Wasn't an excellent performance in any way, shape or form from him, and I just think we need to start using him in a correct way. I do have a little bit of sympathy because there's not a lot of options. I know Mason Greenwood wasn't used, but I think that's probably because Mason's probably going to see 90 minutes against Club Brugge on Thursday. And number 5, strong showing by Bailly. Oh, Eric Bailly's performance summed up why Eric Bailly's probably, if he stays, don't know if he's going to stay, if he stays for a long time, could become a cult hero at Manchester United. He's brilliant and batshit crazy and shit at the same time sometimes. The opening 2 things that we saw from Bailly was basically trying to play Chelsea in for an assist and positioning like a paper bag in the wind at times. But some things that Eric Bailly does are brilliant. There's blocks, there's meaty challenges. What we saw with Harry Maguire's header was someone having a bit of a blocking run and also being another threat in the air at set piece. I think that had a massive part to play on why Harry Maguire was able to get his head on the ball from Bruno. Because you've got someone like Bailly also going for the same ball a couple of feet away. They have to deal with you. What a lot of defences have done against Harry Maguire this season is just double up on him because they look at him and they go, all right, going to the big fella, yeah, right. I won't bother marking Juan Mata, Dan James, Jesse Lingard or Marcus Rashford because they're not going to do fuck all in the air. We're just going to stand on this guy. And that's what they do. And because of that, we're very predictable at these sort of set pieces. Now we've got someone with good delivery in Bruno, and now we've got a couple of people that can get up there and get in people's faces. United might start to do a little bit more from set pieces, and I think having someone like Bailly on offensive set pieces is pretty good. Outside of that, we also saw 2 clearances, 3 block shots, 100% of aerial duels won, 85% pass accuracy and 100% dribble success from Eric Bailly. Now, I'm not saying that he needs to be starting every single game for Manchester United, but he's a more than capable backup defender coming in and doing the job that you expected him to do, like he did against Chelsea. That's it from me. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Get any of your comments or questions or anything like that in below, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.